everyone, today I'm coming on to do some notepads to go in my journals. So I've got a few little ones made. This paper is from a pack that I downloaded from Etsy. And what I did, I used one of the pages as the outside of it. I stapled the pages in, just put 4 pages in there, so 8 sides. And then I've covered the staples with some washi tape. I'm not sure I should have done that really, I'm not overly keen, but I thought it would slip inside a pocket or an envelope and it gives a good bit of journaling space in there. And this, what I've used here, was, it's like chip paper. It actually is Amazon packaging paper, but I cut it down. It's actually, it does feel like chip, you know, like your fish and chips would come wrapped in. That's what it feels like. Then this one I made, again, from the pack that I downloaded. I printed this out on card, and then I used some of the note pages that I downloaded from the pack to make pages, and I've just stapled those in the top there. I've done another one here, the same with this one. And these are for different journals, they're not all for the same journal. So I thought we could maybe decorate these up a bit. And then this one, I've printed these pages off again from the pack. I'm going to stitch them closed here. And I've coffee dyed the other side of the paper, so it's a pretty little notebook. And then this big one, this I thought could go in the back of the journal and be like the main journaling space. And I printed on both sides of these pages. And we've got some plain pages and we've got some lined pages. All, you know, different all the way through. I put 6 pages in. So 24 sides, yeah. So it's quite a big book, that is, isn't it? Quite a big notebook. And I'm going to stitch down the centre of that as well on my sewing machine. And then I'm going to just trim the pages a little bit, but I wanted to just get it sewn in first before I trimmed them, because you can see they're sticking out a bit there. So I'll get those ones stitched together. Okay, so this is the little one. I'd forgotten to put the cover on it. I had the cover under a book because it's got a bit curly when I glued. What I did, I printed this bit out on card, then the inside I glued onto it, and it's gone a bit curly. It just needs leaving under something heavy to go flat again. But that's that little one done, and it's got coffee dyed on one side and just normal printed patterned paper on the other. So I'm going to put that under a book to flatten it out. Then this one I've done, I think that one's okay as it is. It's quite, it's nicely decorated, isn't it? And I can just pop that into the back of the mushroom journal. I just need to trim these inside pages a little bit. That's better. So that's a pretty little notebook to do a lot of journaling in, and I'm going to pop that in the back of the mushroom journal. These ones, I just wanted to put a little bit of decoration on these, I think, and I'm really not sure about this at all. I'm really not happy with this washi tape that I've put on there. I wish I hadn't put it on. I think I might find another little cover for that notebook to cover that up. I wonder if I can peel that off. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, it looks too, I don't know, it doesn't look right, does it? The stamps don't go very well with the paper, so let's see if we can find something a bit different to put on there instead of that washi tape. There we go. No, it has to be something wider than the washi tape because I've made a right pig's ear of it. So what I have got is some of this. This is fabric. And I'm going to cut a piece of that. That'll go much nicer, won't it? That'll look much nicer. Yeah, I think I'll do that. So I need to cut a piece of that. I wish this had like grids on the back of it. It's not easy to to cut, is it? Now I need to do it about there. Yeah, let's get a ruler. Okay, so I've drawn a line on there. I'm just going to cut along there. And then that is, so these are just papers that I printed off, and then in the middle I've got some of that like chip, I call it chip paper, and then I'm going to fold that over like that to cover that up. I do like that a lot better than the washi tape, and it feels a bit stronger as well. So let's cut this bottom bit off because we don't need to, we can use that on something else. Fold it in half. And then we can lay our notebook on there. It is nice and sticky as well. It's not, you know, it's not going to come off. It is a nice, it's got a good stickiness to it. So now I've done that, I just need to just make sure I trim those edges. There's little teeny tiny bits sticking out, so I'm just going to trim that off. Same at the other end. And then that will do. We can pop that inside an envelope or inside a pocket. We could put something on here. Should we stick a bird or a butterfly on there? I've got my box full of decoration bits, so that's what I'm going to use. We can go through that. Got all sorts in here. I've got pictures, I've got stickers, I've got washi tape, all sorts. I found these really nice dragonfly stickers that I haven't used yet. I want to use those on something, but I think they're a bit big to go on there. What I need is a butterfly or something similar. Yeah, I think once I've distressed that, that'll go nice. I don't need much, it just needed a bit of something, didn't it? And I'm thinking maybe a word, notes or something on there. So you'd think it'd be easy, wouldn't it, just making a few notepads. Well, it is easy making them, but I want them to be right. I want them to look pretty, and I want them to, you know, I want to show that I've put an effort into doing it, and it's not just a case of putting them together. So let's get the back off this. There we are, and I'm just going to have a little word there. Notes, I think I'm going to have. So I've got that to go there, and I'm going to stain it and put a little bit of something behind it. So let's just, there we go. That's stained it well enough. Distressed it I have. Got these this morning. It was a little thank you note that I got in something that I bought. So there's that one, and there's this one. That's a bit too dark, isn't it? And this one's a bit too pink, so but something like that, just like a little border around it. Let's see what else we've got. That's more like it, isn't it? And I can trim it off a bit there, yeah. Or maybe yeah, that's even better. I'm just going to trim that off. There we go. Yeah, that's going to work fine. So I'm going to pop the sticker on. And then a bit of glue on the notes thing. A bit of a dab, take the glue off it. There we go. Yeah, see, that's a pretty little thing now to stick in a book, isn't it? To stick in a pocket or something. So I'm happy with that. That's 2 finished. The big one's finished, isn't it? I'm happy with that. We don't need anything else on there. That's a nice, it's got a nice enough cover on it already. So that's 3 done. This one I wanted to like just put a little bit of something on it. Maybe something just here, maybe a word, maybe. What have I got? I've got a little, I've got this, like a little cluster. That's pretty, isn't it? But I'm thinking it'd be a bit bulky inside an envelope or something, unless you just popped it in the pop the bottom half in and had that sticking out the top. But maybe we could do something similar to that that isn't quite so bulky. So I've got some of this, which is like pink cheese. Well, it's not like pink cheesecloth, it is pink cheesecloth. We can cut a bit of that out. And then something on top of that. Let's see, what have we got? Got some of this. That through there, and then something on top of that. I think I might try a bit of a pink on her. I only bought this the other day. I got this from the range. So here's my staple. I'm going to staple this lace to the cheesecloth. What I ought to do is plug in my hot glue gun, isn't it? That's what I'm going to do. So then I can glue that onto there, and then this is sticky backed. So let's stick that on there first. Yeah, that's quite pretty, isn't it? So let's stick that onto there. And that will cover up that staple. And then I'll get my, let me just put my glue gun on. Okay, the glue gun is on. I'm going to stick that on with a bit of fabric glue though. Next time I'll use my glue gun, but just for now. And I just think that's not quite as bulky as the other one was. And it just adds a little bit of something, doesn't it? A bit of bling and prettiness. I like that. So that's another one done. I don't think it needs anything else, does it? We can, yeah, pleased with that one. This one, the same, a little bit of something up here maybe. I don't want to do it exactly the same. I've got some of this blingy tape. Let's have a try at it. I got this from Shein. It came the other day. It actually wasn't quite what I thought it was. I didn't expect it to be glittery. I don't know why, but I didn't. It's I mean, it's okay. It'll be fine. It's maybe just not for the mushroom journal. But all of these aren't for the mushroom journal. We're just making some. Well, that is quite pretty, isn't it? There's that. Or we've got some pretty edging that I cut out in music paper. That's pretty, isn't it? Oh, that is pretty. We need something more than just that, really. What if we had both? What if we had a... Oh, have I got any music paper? Here we are. So here's what I'm thinking. If I cut off a piece of music paper to put across the top, and then pop that over the top of the music paper, and then maybe put a word like notes on top of that. Let's try it. We don't have to do it. If we try it and we don't like it, we just won't do it, will we? So I'm thinking that, and then that, and then a nice mushroom sticker. I do like the mushrooms. There we are, and then we want something here, and I was going to put the word yes. I think that's going to be good. It looks a bit bare. I need something behind it. But what? But what, you ask? What? Yeah, I think that will do it. I don't know why I'm obsessed with having something behind it, but I am. I just think it just looks that little bit nicer. Layla's yawning. Are you yawning, Layla? What's the matter, Baba? What's the matter with my girl? Hello. Hello, little girl. What's the matter with my little girl, hey? She wants to be out in the garden, but the trouble is if she's left in the garden on her own, she digs a big holes, which is, Daddy doesn't like big holes in the garden. No, he doesn't, does he? There we go. That's another one done, another little bit of prettiness. Like I say, they don't all have to go in the mushroom journal. I'm just making some notes so that notebooks so that I've got some in stock. So let's see, I've also been, this is just paper that's come left over from printing things, and what I've done is I've stenciled onto it. So I've got that piece, this piece here, I don't know if you can see, but I sprayed it with some like I misted it with some gold spray, and I can see it, but I'm thinking we could have that for a cover. If we fold it in half that way and do some little pieces that I've been saving little bits of paper out of my printer, so we can use those in it. I've also got these pages I can use. I've also got these papers. I was thinking I could cut a piece of this to use as a cover. Yeah, I think I might do that. If I do that way on. Yeah, let's cut a good piece of that out for a cover. And then for the inside, see, I think you can write on the back of there, so you could have that as like a page, couldn't you? That could be a page. The same with these pieces. They're like little narrow bits that were left over from other things I've used them for. I was thinking you could make quite a pretty little notepad by using these like that. If you use those like that, Actually, they're all about the same size, aren't they? So I could trim it down a bit. I need to find a cover for it. I think this might be too, not big, well, I don't think it'll be big enough to go that way on, will it? Let's see. I could have it like that and trim, but then that's going to waste that paper. I can still use that for other things though. So there's that option. Trimming that down there and then trimming this. Or what else have we got? What other options have we got? I've got this, which I really, really like. That is lovely and would make a lovely cover for a notepad. So if I did it like that, trimmed the bottom off, that's actually a really good size as well, isn't it? I could either sew across there or I could just stick a staple through it, couldn't I? That doesn't need any more decoration at all, does it? It's just beautiful like that. So I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to cut that off. And this came in a set that I got. See, all of those little bits will come in for something else. Look at that, I forgot to cut that bit. Oh. There we are. So I'm just simply going to staple that. And I've stapled it a fair way down. You can't see the staple. And then you can journal on this side like this. See, there's plenty of journaling space on there like that. But this bit here, I thought I might just stick a little bow, a little string bow on there. It doesn't need anything else, does it? It doesn't need anything too fancy or anything like that at all. Just a little tiny string bow to cover up the staple. That's what my plan was. I've got my glue gun going, which will be perfect for this. Perfect. I love that. It just makes it better than a note card because it's got all these pretty papers in it that you can write on the back of. That'll be a really good hidden journaling notepad, won't it? I ought to have done it the other way, so it could have been done like that. No, it's fine, and it can fit inside an envelope or it can go in a tuck spot. Yeah, that's another one done. Now I've got another one similar to that, this one. But, I don't know. I've got this. I thought I could cut the butterflies out of that and use them for something. It's really pretty, isn't it? This bit, these bits can be coloured in as well though. I wonder if you could turn that into a cover. A notebook cover. I guess you could. See, this would just be pretty as a journaling card on its own, wouldn't it? You could just journal onto the back of that. And then we've got this, which is very similar to the other one. Yeah, I don't know whether to use that as a cover and then it can be coloured in, or I don't know. I haven't decided on that yet. I may just cut out the butterflies. We've got this, so that would be a good cover. Now I just need to get something to put inside. So I've got more of these papers here, look. That down there and then they'll all be the same size, won't they? find something to put that in. That, I love that as it is. I think I'm just going to use that as a journaling card. It's too pretty to not use, isn't it? Maybe we could use these as covers and do them a bit, you know, if I cut them a bit shorter like that and just do a little notepad. Yeah, and use those as covers. So yeah, I could do a few like that, couldn't I? Yes, because I do have a lot of papers. I've got all these papers, look. And I think if I cut some of those in half, these are the double-sided ones I printed again. So if I get 2 of those, cut them in half this way. And then fold them in half this way. Let's see how well they'll fit into here. Yeah, a little bit of, trim a bit of the brown off the edge and they'll fit in there nicely. That'll make another nice little notepad, won't it? So let's trim this brown bit off the edge. There we go. I'm a bit slapdash at it, aren't I? So we've got that and that. And what I thought we could do this time is use an elastic. I'm just trying to show you some different things you can use, different ways of doing it. So we've tried stapling, we've tried sewing. Let's try using an elastic for this one. It's literally a loom band. Any elastic will do as long as it's not too big and not too small. So then what the journaler could do is take these pages out and write that way on them if they wanted to. Do you think? That literally is, that's it. That's made a little notebook, hasn't it? Yeah, so that's, you could do it like that. I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I might just staple it through there. Yeah, because I'm worried that's gonna break. I actually could have probably done with a bit bigger one, but that is one option, isn't it? Let me just staple that through there and get my stapler. Let's see if I can reach it like this. There we are. Yeah, that's worked. We just need that to, got that upside down now, that's the right way up. It doesn't matter, does it? Yeah, so now they can either journal that way or that way, whoever wants to journal. And I could have done with just distressing the inside of this a little bit. It's not the end of the world, we'll just do it now. And then we could perhaps use a little bit of our paper there, all of the little bits we cut off. I really want a piece of this. Something as simple as that. Let's glue that on. another little notebook.
So because this video is getting rather long, what I'm going to do is make this the end of part 1. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.